All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Monday session of Up and Moving. My name is Isaac. I am a graduate student in the Kinesiology and Integrative Physiology Department at Michigan Tech. And today we are going to be going through a full body strength circuit. The goal of this one is to try to touch and hit every large muscle group. And we're going to try to get our heart rate up, and we're going to be feeling good. Once again, the goal here at Up and Moving is to provide at-home, free, live, and recorded workouts for the community to keep everybody physically active during the pandemic as well as beyond. So for this workout today, I'm going to get rid of my chair here. What we're going to need is, based on your abilities, this workout is going to be majority body weight. So you're not going to need too many tools today. What you're going to need for, just to give you I'm going to be describing them later, but we're going to be doing some bicep curls, some squats. So if you can sort of judge any sort of resistance that you think would be comfortable for that sort of movement. I got some water jugs that are filled about 3/4 of the way for some of the workouts that I'm selecting. I think a full 3-liter gallon or a full 3-liter jug would be a little too heavy. So I went about 3/4 here. I have a backpack with some textbooks that are going to provide some resistance as well as that. And for our warm-up, I have a towel, as well as whether you have a long meter stick, a hockey stick. One of my favorite exercise or warm-ups is, I may be biased because I played golf throughout my upbringing, but I like using a golf club for some mobility work. So if you have some sort of a rod, or like I said, a towel that you can stretch out for mobility, that is great. And that is all we're going to need today, guys. So other than that, if you got some sort of mobility tool in your water bottle, as well as an open space, I think we're good to go here to get started. So I'm going to get my phone here for a timer. We'll get that started. My phone's not cooperating with me here. All right, here we go. So I got the timer going. I want you guys to grab whatever sort of dowel or rod that you have here. I'll use the towel just for a demonstration. And I want us to start with bringing our hands over our head into a Y position. I want us to try to hold that for a few seconds here. We can come back down, bring it up again. Maybe we can go a little farther this time. Keep your chest out, come back down. And if you're able to, come up to that same position and try to bring your arms behind your back to the bottom here. Here's a look from the front. If you don't have enough mobility, you can always, if you have a towel, you can use the slack at the position that you're comfortable with. This is a great stretch for our shoulders here. We're going through our full range of motion here. We'll do that a few more times. I'm sure that the more you do it here, the more you're going to be able to go through those sticky spots, those tough spots to get through. So now, what I'd like you to do is, with our arms out in front of us here, I want us to do some rotations from side to side. If you want to sit down for this, you can do that, and you can grab the arm of the chair to the side, and you can get a nice stretch in our back and our spine, especially for those who have been sitting at a desk all day. This is a great opportunity to move in a little bit of a different position. We might be sitting all day. All right. So now what I'd like you to do is drop that for just a moment, and we're going to do a nice wrist stretch. So I want you to keep your hand facing away from you, grab your other hand, and pull from the top of the fingers towards you. So just from the side, I have my hand out like this, and I grab at the top, and want to feel nice. This is going to feel a nice stretch on the inside of your forearm here. So we'll hold that for about 10 seconds, and then we will switch to our other arm. This is a good one, especially if you've been typing all day or you're writing. You might be feeling a little tight here. So we can shake that off, and we can use our other arm here. So once again, palm out in front as if I'm telling you to stop. Then grab fingers and pull my fingers towards me. So here's from the side again. Feels really, really good. So hold that for about 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. And now what we're going to do is we got this side of our forearm, the flexors. Now to do the extensors, we're going to go this way, the opposite way. And pull down. So if I have my hands this way, now we're going to go the opposite way and we're going to pull towards ourselves. And that's going to work on the top of our forearm. Feel a nice stretch here. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. All right, here's from the side here. 3, 2, 1, and shake it off. And now with the other arm, we got to do both sides here, even if we're not right with this one. Handle this way and pull towards us. Go for about 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So shake that off. Now I want us to, let me bring the camera down just a little bit here. I want us to, let's get a nice wide stance here. We're going to reach up to the sky. And we can come down and try to touch the ground. If not, even just try to keep our hands close to our toe or towards the level of our feet. And you're going to feel a nice stretch in the back of our legs here and our hamstrings. And once we're in the middle, we can go to one side. Let's grab our left foot here. If not, even if you're grabbing your shin bone here, you can make your way down. Feel a nice stretch in our left leg here. And we can come back up, touch the sky, come back down, and let's grab our right shin bone or our right foot. Stretch out our right leg here. All right. Then we come back and touch the sky one more time. All right. Now, if you have a chair around you or a wall, let's get a quick quad stretch in here. So I'm going to hold on to the chair, and with my right leg, I'm going to grab my right ankle, and I'm going to pull that towards myself here. I'm going to feel a nice stretch in my quads here, in my right quad. We're going to hold that for about 10 seconds here, guys. Try to keep that heel right towards my butt. 3, 2, 1, and relax. I'm going to go from the other side here. Hold on to the chair for support. I'm going to grab my left ankle now, and I'm going to pull that towards my butt and feel a nice stretch in the quads here. Hold that for about 10 seconds. Yeah, definitely feels good. 3, 2, 1, and shake it off. So now we can put that chair away again. And let's do some knee hugs. So you can do this walking down a line, depending on how much space you have, or if you're just in a closed, confined space, you can grab your knee and bring that towards your chest. If you're doing it down, you can do that down, walking down the line here. Alternate, bring that right leg up, take a step, left leg, and so on. So let's try to go for 3 per leg here. And once again, you can be holding a chair with your other leg for support, or with your other arm for support, or you can be close to the wall in case you lose your balance. Shake it off. Come up again. Now 1 more each leg. All right, now for our last exercise for warm up, let's jog on the spot for 30 seconds. We're gonna get our heart rate up here, and then I'm gonna get us into our warm up, or to our workout, excuse me. So starting in 3, 2, 1, let's jog on the spot. If you have some space, you can run around in a little bit of a circle. I'm gonna stay right in the same spot here. Got about 15 more seconds here, guys. You can ramp up the pace a little bit if you like, depending on how you're feeling. If you're feeling warm, you're feeling good, then got about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now we are warmed up. So to describe our workout for today, we're going to be doing 3 circuits today, and they're each going to be composed of 2 strength exercises and a conditioning exercise. So we're going to be doing our first circuit. I will explain each one as we go, but our first one, we're going to be working on body weight squat first or a goblet squat, depending on if you want to add any resistance or not, followed by some mountain climbers, and then some incline push-ups. So I'm going to be explaining them and going through them with you guys in depth for the first time. I'm going to show some progressions and some ways that you can make it more difficult or a little more easier on yourself. We're going to describe them, go through them once, and after that, we're going to go through it 2 more times, a little bit more with a quicker pace. So each circuit, we're going to go for 3 sets and followed by a cool down, and then we'll have you guys on your way. So that being said, make sure we grab some water. And other than that, for our first exercise here, we're going to shoot for 10 goblet squats or 10 body weight squats. And if you think that that's going to be a little too easy for you, then if you have a backpack with some weights or some textbooks in it, you can put that on your back for some resistance. If you have some dumbbells, you can hold on to those. Even holding weight in front of you, you can have weight on your back and in front of you like this. Whatever you feel like you are most comfortable with, that's going to give you a good challenge. It's always safer to start off on the safer side, and then if you feel like you can progress, then do that your next set. But for our exercise, you can keep a chair around you for stability if you need to, in case you're going to fall. But with our hands out in front of us, all we're going to be doing is squatting down to about 90 degrees if we can. We're going to be going that like this for 10 reps. So I'm going to grab my backpack. I'm going to show a variation with some resistance here. And we're going to go for 10 reps, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. If you can't get to 90 degrees, even a quarter squat down to, let's say, even there, whatever way you're able to go down here and give yourself a nice stretch and feel the contraction in our quads here, that's great. 8, 9, and 10. All right, good job. So now for our second exercise, we're going to be doing some mountain climbers. So you can be doing these on the ground. You can do it if you have a coffee table around you, or a chair that's firm, that's not going to roll away on you. That's great. So what we're going to do is I'll show you on the table is I'm going to be getting into a push-up position, which we're going to need soon here. And what we're going to do is for 30 seconds, we're going to be alternating, driving our knees for speed. So you're going to be going that knee to chest action that we had in our warm-ups. We're going to be doing that for speed for about 30 seconds. So that's the variation on the table. To make it a little bit more difficult on the ground, driving is another way. So we're going to be doing that for 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. About 5 more seconds here, guys. 3, 2, 1, and relax. So good job. There's a mountain climber. I can show doing that on the ground next, or if you want to do it if you have a staircase around, you can do it. I can't show you from another angle, but just coming up on a staircase here, the steeper or the higher up with the stairs you go, so the steeper you are closer to vertical, the easier it's going to be on you, and the closer you are to the ground in a horizontal way, the more difficult it will be. So that is the mountain climber. And now for our third exercise in the circuit, we're going to go back to this position here on the table, or like I said, if you have a chair that's firm, we're going to be doing incline push-ups. So back to that position here, nice neutral spine. Don't want to be too curved or bent up like this or the other way. We're going to be doing a push-up. That's being assisted by gravity a little bit here. We're going to go for 10 repetitions. make sure that when you're coming down, you don't want to be flaring those elbows out. You want to keep it nice and tucked. So let's go for 10 reps here, guys, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Make sure you keep breathing. You want to exhale through the most difficult part of the exercise. All right. If that was too difficult for you, you can bend your knees and just use your upper body. Or if that's too difficult for you, or sorry, if that's too easy, another way to make it more difficult would be to put a backpack on. Or if the incline is too easy, you could also just go on the ground. It'd be the incline version is a little bit easier as we're closer to the vertical direction. So that is our first circuit here, guys. Make sure we grab a sip of water, and then we're gonna jump right back into it. So once again, we got body weight squats, we got mountain climbers for 30 seconds, and then we got some incline push-ups. So I'm hoping that after that first set, you guys have a great judgment of how you're doing, how you're feeling, and you can make progressions based on that. So now we're gonna get back into our squats. So I put my backpack on, and let's go for 10 reps here, guys. Set 2, here we go. All right, good job. Now we'll get into mountain climbers. I'll go from the ground this time. Get my timer once again. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway there, guys. Got about 10 more seconds. If you need to take a break, that's okay. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now get into our incline push-ups. And relax. So we'll break for about 30 or 45 seconds here, guys. Make sure that you can take a seat if you need to. And just a reminder, while these workouts are, if I'm live right now, if you feel like you can't keep up, then you can always come back, and we're on Zoom. Sorry, we're on Facebook Live on our page. We're on YouTube as well as our website, upandmoving.org. So if you can't keep up, that's okay. Or if you have to go, then you can always check us out later. Grab some water here, guys. We're going to get into it again in a moment. All right, so I'm going to grab my backpack again. We're going to be doing 10 reps of some either body weight squats or some weighted squats here. So starting in 3, 2, 1, here we go. All right. Now we'll get into some mountain climbers for 30 seconds. Ten seconds left here, guys. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, last but not least, get into the incline push-ups. Let's try to get 10 here. All right. Great job, guys. So that concludes our first circuit. Make sure you grab a seat if you can, take a water break, and I'll get into describing our second circuit. Like I said, I'm gonna explain these 3 exercises, take a little bit of time, show some progressions or ways to make it a little bit easier. And then our second and third time around, I'll do less talking. I'll do more exercising. So we feel like we're ready to go. Our first exercise is going to be called, it's going to work on our shoulders, and it's going to be called YTWLs. So this is sort of an exercise in its own, or a group or circuit in its own. It's 4 different movements that are going to target the shoulders. And as I said, YTWL, basically what we're going to be doing is making the shape or the letter shape with our arms each time. So this is a little bit of a tricky one. It's going to be a total of 24 reps. So 6 Ys, 6 Ts, 6 Ws, and 6 Ls. So select your weight accordingly. I'm going to demonstrate it first just using my body weight, because you will be surprised how quick it tires you out. So what I would like you guys to do is I'm going to do it from the side first, and I'll be showing you some different angles. But let's try with our feet shoulder width apart. Let's bend at the hips. And what we're going to do is we're going to make, I'll go this way. We're going to do 6 Ys, 6 Ts, 6 Ws, and then 6 Ls. So starting this, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I'll just show 3 each way before we get into it. And then a T would just be a T this way. A W would be coming this way. So I'll just stand up from the back and be making this shape. So we're gonna do that bent over once again, make a W. And then the L, it's gonna be 3 each for a total of 6, would be 1 to the side. It's like that. It's an L just bent over. And then this way for 3. So if that makes sense, 6 Ys, 6 Ts, 6 Ws, and then 6 Ls. But we're gonna go 3 this way and 3 that way, so we even it out. So that is the first exercise. And once our shoulders have had enough, we're gonna move into 10 jumping jacks. So just a regular old jumping jack. If that's too difficult, then if you don't feel it, if you're not able to leave your feet, just coming out to the side is great. And then our third exercise to target our lower half are some glute bridges. So what I'd like you to do is to sit down, have our feet on the ground, have our butt sitting down here, hands on the ground. And what we're going to do is we're going to press up and see how my kneecaps in this line is going right through to my shoulders. So we're going to be pressing up, squeezing our butt cheeks together for 10 reps for 10. So if you guys are all set, you can grab a quick drink of water if you like. We're going to shock our shoulders, get our heart rate up with some jumping jacks, and then a nice booty workout for the glutes here. So starting in 3, 2, 1, let's get on these YTWLs. So we're going to go up for 6, make a Y, 6, and then a T. 6, and a W. You want to really try to squeeze those shoulder blades apart this way, or you want to squeeze them together, sorry, like this. So do that for 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then for the L, we're going to go 3 this way with our right hand in front of us. And then 3 with our left hand. 1, 2, and 3. Now we can move right into jumping jacks for 10. And you'll see that this is still working our shoulders too. 8, 9, 10. Then get into some glute bridges. To make this more difficult, you can have your feet farther apart from each other, or farther away from your body, or to make it easier, have your feet closer to your butt. So find a happy medium for you that you're able to do for 10 reps. And 10. So good job, guys. Grab a drink of water. Keep breathing. First true snowfall of Houghton today. This is what I was expecting when I came to school here at Michigan Tech. So I'm finally getting what I was expected, I guess. So the first of many snowfalls, I'm assuming. I'm looking out my window here. But let's grab one more drink of water if we need to. And if you think that YTWLs were too easy for you, then you could either try to get more repetitions, or even if you had a couple cans of soup, or this would be a little too severe for me. I got these water jugs filled 3/4 of the way. These would be pretty heavy for 24 reps, but if you feel like you need to make it easier on yourself or harder, those are some options. And to make it easier, if we're doing 6 per letter, you can even bring that down to 5 to 4 to 3, whatever you think would work for you. So I'm going to get going here in 3, 2, 1, YTWLs. Straight into the T. W. And L. So 3 with my left hand in front of me, and the other one's out to the side. And then switch that up. 1, 2, and 3. Now we'll get into jumping jacks for 10. And time for glute bridges. Good job, guys. We are through 2 sets of our second circuit here. So we're past the halfway point. So congratulations on that. Let's keep working hard. Grab a sip of water. We'll make sure we keep breathing once again. It's really important, especially if we're working out for 30 to 40 minutes at a time. We're all set to go here. I'm going to try to get through as many as I can with the water jugs in my hands for this YTWL. And if it gets too difficult at the end, I'm going to drop them and just use my body weight, because if you're using some weight and it's getting too heavy for you, that's when bad form might happen and you could get hurt. So I'm going to try to challenge myself as far as I can while keeping some nice clean repetitions. But if you guys are ready, we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Okay, moving into the T's. All right, W's. All right, my reps are starting to get a little ugly there, so I'll finish off a couple body weight ones here. 6, and then getting into the L's. All right, now moving straight into the jumping jacks. 8, 9, and 10. Now time for some glute bridges. Remember, keeping your heels closer to your butt will make it easier, and going a little farther away will make it a little more difficult for you. So keep that in mind. And let's get 10 here for our last set. And good job, guys. We are through our second circuit. So grab some water as a nice reward here. And it's time to take a quick break before we get into our third circuit. So as you guys are catching your breath and relaxing for a quick moment, I'm going to explain our third circuit. So, excuse me. Our third circuit will we're going to work on some arms a little bit. We've got we got some shoulders done, some legs. Now we can do some biceps and some triceps for a little finisher. So our first exercise on our circuit, they're called 21s. So the way you do this, it's a bicep curl variation where based on whatever resistance that you choose, just like with the YTWLs, there's 24 reps in total there, but it was split up 6 reps in 4 different ways. Now what we're going to do here for 21s, we're going to split 21 3 ways by doing 7 reps each. So just thinking about it with a bicep curl, if this is our full range of motion coming from my hands at my side here, all the way up to almost at my chin, you can break that up into 3 different ways. So we're going to do 7 reps of, if you can find your halfway point, maybe being at my chest here, we're going to do 7 reps halfway, 2, 3, do that 7 times. The next part would be starting at that halfway point and coming to the top. And then at the end, our last 7 are going to be the whole ordeal, going from the bottom all the way to the top. So those are 21s, 7, 7, 7. If you think that that's going to be too difficult for you, it's just called 21s. You could do it for sets of 5, 6, 4, whatever you think. Or if you could find something that's lighter that you could do 21 times in total, that'd be great as well. Then for some conditioning, our second part of the circuit will be burpees. So the way burpee works is, I'm just showing you from the side here. We're going to jump up, come down, feet out, feet in, and jump up, down, out, in, jump up. So that's a burpee. If you're not comfortable with leaving your feet, then you could just start off by having your hands above your head, come down, step out, step in, up, just like that. So whatever you feel like is a good challenge for you, but staying safe, we're going to shoot for 10 of those. And then our last exercise is going to be tricep dips. So that is either on a staircase if you got it, or the table that's firm, or chair. We're going to be sitting on the edge with our arms at our sides, keeping our elbows pretty close to our body. This is a tricep dominant exercise, so you want to keep your elbows tucked at your sides. And then you're going to walk out a little bit to what you feel is comfortable. The farther out you go, the more difficult. So you can always start off with your knees bent, just like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down and push ourselves up using our triceps, so the back of our arms. So we're going to shoot for 10 of those. Like I said, the way to make it easier would be keeping yourself closer to the table, and to make it harder would be to walk yourself out and concentrate on lifting yourself up more with just your arms. So that is our circuit here: 21s, burpees, and bench or table tricep dips. So we're going to get started here. I'm going to use my backpack with my textbooks here, and we're going to go for 3 sets of 7, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So just coming up to the halfway point first for 7. And then coming from the middle point up. and then 7 all the way up to get to 21. Make sure we keep our elbows nice and tucked to our sides. All right, good job, guys. So now we'll get into our burpees for 10. So jump up, down, just like that. Try to get to 10 here. And hit one more. All right, there's 10. Now I'm gonna go for 10 bench dips here. You can also use a staircase once again. So I'm gonna walk myself out. All right, so that concludes, that is the third circuit. So we're gonna do that for 2 more times here, guys. Grab a drink of water and relax for just a moment. So based on how that went, if you feel like you need to ramp it up, then add some more weight for the curls. Focus on lifting more of your body weight with the dips, so walk yourself out a little more. And for the burpees, you could try to add a couple more reps or do it a little faster. So getting into our second set here, start off with the 21s once again, starting in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Now all the way up. All right, now get 10 burpees, jump up. All right, now we got our tricep dips. Go for 10. All right, good job, guys. Make sure we grab some water here. Once again, we got one more set of our final circuit here. Sure, we catch our breath here for just a few more seconds, and then we're gonna get into it. We're gonna finish strong because we're getting strong. All right, guys, we got this. Starting in 3, 2, 1. You got our 21s, and let's go. And all the way up. All right. Try to get 10 burpees here, guys. So up. And to finish us off here, we'll get into our tricep dips. Let's try to shoot for 10 here, guys. Finish strong. All right. Great job, guys. We are completed our third circuit. Let's take a break here. Celebrate with some water. Let's catch our breaths while we're going to cool down for a little bit. That was a nice full body workout. Touched all the large major muscle groups. And doing that for high intensity with little rest and lots of reps. That's it's getting your heart rate up for sure. So now for a quick cool down, I want you guys to grab your arm. You can do this seated if you like, but we're just going to do a nice cross body arm shoulder stretch here. Hold that for about 10 seconds here before we switch arms. Let's make sure we keep breathing here, guys. Shake that out. Switch sides. Let's do some arm circles. So starting slow or small, my bad. We're gonna go in the forward direction here. Nice and slow and small. We'll make them a little larger before we go all the way. Now going in the opposite direction, starting nice and slow again and small. Gradually get a little bigger here before we're going all the way. Let's try a nice little neck stretch. So looking up to the sky, we're gonna do some nice circles before we stop, go the opposite way. Now I like to touch the sky, reach up again. Let's go to the side. Come back to the middle. Come down here to the other side. Hold that for a few seconds. If you like to wind your stance out, help you keep your balance. Come up to the middle. And let's try. If you can touch your toes, great. Just slide your hands down, your legs here as far as you can go while feeling a nice stretch in our hamstrings here. You can touch the ground, that's great. Whatever gets you a nice stretch. Come up again, touch the sky. And we'll go down one more time. All right, guys, well, that concludes our Monday strength circuit workout here with Up and Moving. I'm glad, or I hope you enjoyed it. And feel free to check us out on upandmoving.org, our Facebook page, as well as our YouTube channel, all under Up and Moving. Make sure to check us out the rest of the week at our Wednesday lunchtime stretch at 12 and 12:30, followed by agility at 9:30 on Thursday, and our surprise workouts on Saturday. So thank you again for joining, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening.